नमस्ते बेटा, खुश रहिए आप लोग। आई माई सेल्फ जीवन प्रतिष्ठा राजवंशी from the Department of Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostic. Today's topic is about eyelids. What is the role of eyelid in our eye and how they work in our eye, and what is the protection mechanism of the eyelid? Eyelid acts as a shutters protecting the eye from injuries and excessive light. It help in spreading the tear film over the cornea and conjunctiva by blinking, and also helps in eliminating the tears from lacrimal lake. Contribute to facial features of the individual. It release information regarding the state of wakefulness and attention of the person. And what is the embryology of the eyelid? Development of the 5 pharyngeal arch occurs in the first few weeks of gestation. Mesenchyma proliferation occurs cephalic to the first branchial arc to form the facial processes. The frontonasal, medial nasal, lateral nasal, maxillary, and mandibular. The upper eyelid are formed from the frontonasal process. The lower eyelids are formed from the maxillary process. The appearance of the eyelid fold marks the beginning of the eyelid development during the 6th and 7th week of gestation. Incomplete eyelid fold development thought to be the cause for a number of congenital eyelid anomalies, including Wolfram, cyclophthalmos, and microphthalmos. Eyelid fusion 10 weeks gestation. Development of eyelid structure 3 to 4 months gestation. Congenital ptosis. Eyelid dysfunction 5 to 6 months gestation. And then what is the gross anatomy of the eyelid? The upper eyelid extends from eyebrow to the superior boundary of the palpebral fissure, and the lower eyelid's inferior boundary of the palpebral fissure to merge into cheeks. In primary position, upper lid covers 1/6 of the cornea and lower lid just touches the cornea. Lid creases and folds. Superior lid creases attached of LPS to the skin. Inferior lid creases fibrous slabs from fascia surrounding inferior rectus muscle which attach to the skin. Lid folds loose skin and subcutaneous tissues over the creases. Lower lid has nasojugal and malar creases which are junction between skin of lids and denser tissue of the cheek. Limit spread of blood fluid downwards from lids to cheek. Superior lid creases is usually 8 to 12 mm above the upper lid margin in Europeans. It is lower in Asian, being around 2 to 5 mm above the upper lid margins, since the orbital septum and fuse at a lower level. This allows pre-craniodic fat to occupy a position more inferior and anterior, creating the appearance of a fuller eyelid fold. Then canthi. There are 2 canthi in the eyelids. 2 eyelids meet at the inner and outer canthi. Lateral canthi is in the contact with eyeball. Medial canthi is separated from globe by the tear lake. In the area there is caruncle and plica semilunis. Caruncle modified skin. What is caruncle? Caruncle is a modified skin containing sebaceous glands and hairs. and the plica semilunaris is highly vascular crescent-shaped fold of conjunctiva, vestigial structure and analogous to nictitating membrane of animals. What are eyelet margins? 2 mm in width. Each lid margin divided into two parts by lacrimal papilla. Lacrimal portion medially devoid of lashes and glands, and ciliary proportion laterally. Approximately 100 to 150 cilia upper eyelid and 50 to 75 cilia in the lower eyelid are arranged 2 to 3 rows. Glands of these and moles opens into the each hair follicle. Dense plexus of nerves and vessels around follicle execute at tactile sensibility. Both mammalian gland and eyelashes differentiate during the second month of the gestation from a common pilosebaceous unit, congenital distichius and acquired distichius. The gray line is also referred to as the muscle of Riolan and represented the pretarsal orbicularis muscle on the eyelid margin, and an incision posterior to the gray line along the eyelid margin demarcates the anterior lamella from the posterior lamella of the eyelid. Palpebral fissure space between upper and lower lid margins at birth around 2 mm width and 8 mm height. In adult, around 30 mm width and 10 mm height. In 50% pupil, lateral canthus is about 2 mm higher than medial canthus. Greater than this produces a mongoloid slant. Lateral canthus placed lower than medial anti-mongoloid slant. That's all for the today's lecture. If any query, then comment in comment box, and we will continue this topic in the next lecture. खुश रहिए आप लोग. नमस्ते बेटा, खुश रहिए आप लोग. Hi, myself JVN Pratishtha Rajvanshi, Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostic. Today we will discuss about the topic of anatomy of eye, which we have discussed in previous lecture also. So leftover topics will be discussed today in this video. In last video we have discussed about the layers of eye and the basic structure of the eye. Now we will study about what is cornea, conjunctiva, lens and its parts. What is cornea? Cornea is a scleroid coat and transparent front part of the eyeball through which light waves passes. There are no vessels in the cornea. It is the vascular part of the eye. What is conjunctiva? Conjunctiva is a thin transparent mucous membrane that covers the eyeball. One canal is also present in our eye. That's name is Schlem's canal. Venous passage that drain the fluid that accumulates behind the cornea, located where the sclera and cornea meets. Then ciliary body. Ciliary body are the intrinsic muscles. Smooth muscles fibers support and modify lens shape. Now we will study about the iris. What is iris? Iris is the colorful part of the eye which makes the eye beautiful in every living being. It is a circularly radially arranged smooth muscle fiber regulates the amount of light entering the eye by constricting or dilating the pupil. What is pupil now? Pupil is the rounded opening of the iris through which light passes. Our retina, we have in last lecture we have studied about the retina. Retina is having the two pigmented photoreceptors. One is rod and second one is cones. Rods is the cylindrical photoreceptor that is found in greater concentration to the edge of the retina. Most common type of receptors allow us to see in low light and provide for peripheral vision. And cones, conical photoreceptor found in greatest concentration near the center of the retina. There are three varieties of cones such as blue, green or red color, and it is also responsible for the visual acuity, means sharp vision and color vision also. Then what is the foveal centralis? Foveal centralis is a depression or a pit in the center of the retina that contains only cones, provides for the most acute vision and the color sensitivity. The fovea is the brightest part of the retina. And lens is a biconvex crystal-like structure that brings rays of light into focus and produces an image on the retina. Sensory ligaments are the structures which holds the lens, which are attached to the ciliary body, which control the amount of tension and exerted the lens. Our eye is having two types of fluid, is the aqueous humor and the vitreous humor. Aqueous humor, watery fluid that provides nutrition and helps maintain and shape of the cornea, found in a smaller anterior chamber of the eye. Vitreous humor, thick gel-like substance that fills the largest chamber of the eye and helps to hold its spherical shape. The blood supply of the eye through the carotid artery, ophthalmic artery, then ciliary artery and central retinal artery, then to the eye. And this all is about the anatomy of eye. If anybody is having any query, then comment in comment box. Thank you, Shreya. Namaste beta, I myself Jeevan Kadishta Advanshi, Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostic. Today's topic is about anatomy of eye. The eye is a specialized sense organ that helps us to understand our environment. It is a sensory unit composed of three parts: receptor, sensory pathway and a brain center. It is spherical in shape and is about 2.5 cm in diameter and is situated in orbital cavity. What are the accessory organs and eye protection? Accessory organs means which help in the protection of the eye. Orbital cavity, that is the orbit of the eye. Bony socket, we can say bony sockets also, or house of the eye, that protects the eye from any fracture or any accident. And adipose tissues behaves like a cushions of the eye, which give the cushiony effect to the eye. Lacrimal glands produces the what are the lacrimal glands? Lacrimal glands, that glands which produces the tear and lubricant and that have a germicidal effects, which can produce the lubricacy to the eye, are known as the lacrimal glands. What are the eyebrows? What are its function? Eyebrows protect against foreign article perception and direct rays of the light. What are the functions of the eyelid and the eyelashes? Folds of skin that covers the surface of the eye closed by reflex action when an action approaches, and eyelashes secretes oils that prevent lids from sticking together. And eyelashes also protect from the dust particles which we can perceive in the atmosphere. After that, we will study about the layers of the eye. First of all, or the outermost layer is the sclera. It is white in color in the outermost layer of the eye, and it is tough and fibrous membrane that help to maintain the spherical shape of the eye. In this layer, this layer can be visible in our eye. And second one is the choroid layer, middle layer of the eye, which is having the blood vessels, which supplies the blood vessels to the eye and contain dark pigment granules and prevent the reflection of the eye in the light. Then the last layer and the innermost layer and the important layer is the retina line. It's contain photoreceptors which are responsible for converting light into the nerve impulse. Okay. Then we will study about the optic disc. What is optic disc? It is a blind spot and area where the optic nerve attaches to the retina does not contain any photoreceptors. Fovea centralis is a depression or a pit, we can say, or a center of the retina that contains only cones, provides for the most acute vision and color sensitivity. Lens. What is lens? Flexible biconvex crystal like structure that brings rays of light into focus and produces an image on the retina. This is the prominent anatomy of eye, and that's all. Will be continue in the next lecture. And any query, if any query, you can comment in the comment box.